So my family's business has manufactured all the products that protein and flex flavor since day one. That was the whole reason why I actually started Devotion, was because I had access to a phenomenal, private company that manufactured like some of the top products in the world. I really got into using protein powders and supplements because of my fitness, and I got into competing, and the snowball started rolling with that side of my life, like the passion for eating healthy and not only training hard, but like looking the part, the aesthetic part. And I started realizing that it was gonna come down to nutrition. So I used to have the company just make me my own protein powder, and I would create, and I would say, hey guys, can you make me this, while I was competing. And then I realized, like, this is helping me accomplish my goals without the struggle. I was actually enjoying losing weight, getting in shape, doing a competition prep, dieting, making protein fluff, making pancakes, all of those things. And I always looked up to other fitness girls and pros and people, and learned a lot from magazines. And like, I felt like this was my way to pay it forward. Like, this was to take the tools that I learned, take the tools that I was using to accomplish my goals, and then not only just use them for myself, but create a whole brand for others to use and to accomplish their goals. I started my fitness journey when I was really young, and by 17 I was doing, my cardio in the morning. I was trying to diet, but I was always falling off and failing and backfiring because I truly did not enjoy the diet. It was very bland. I had a sweet tooth. And when you try to do the classic bodybuilding style diet to shed the body fat, but like hold on to the muscle and have that like fitness physique, which is what I always wanted. I wanted that like aesthetically, like, I would fail because I could only do chicken and broccoli and rice for so long before I finally was like, I wanted to bang my head against a wall. When you're a bodybuilder, you get really creative, and you start, all of a sudden, not only a bodybuilder, but anybody who's on a strict diet with limited amounts of food that are typically bland, like cream of rice, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, and it's like, and you're really trying to get that excess sugar out of your diet, all of a sudden you become like a wizard, like a scientist in the kitchen. And so I called home to my family's company, and I was living in Los Angeles, and I called home to New Jersey, and I was like, hey, can you guys pull some flavors for me? Maybe like a blueberry, I don't even remember. It was just a lot of cookies and cream, a ton of flavors. And I said, could you just send them out to me in Los Angeles? So I had bought just a vanilla protein, and I was eating a lot of oatmeal and egg whites, and I started to add the flavors to all these foods. And at night I was slicing up cucumbers, and I was putting a lot of Splenda and cinnamon and things to mimic like something sweet, a crunchy sweet tooth at night. I was doing anything I could, and I lost 30 pounds of fat. I competed in figure, and I used all of these. I would make my egg whites and oatmeal pancakes, and I put blueberry flavor in. And it actually helped me get through that competition diet with a lot more ease than if I had just tried to do it, with a lot of bland foods. I was walking in the grocery store with my mom, and I said, using the flavors during my diet, competing, really helped me accomplish my goal again. And the lab had been making me protein. I went in there and I had them make me my own protein that would fluff into protein fluff, so I was eating protein ice cream every night. The lab, was making me all my tools, and it was kind of like my way of hacking the system. I was kind of like, everybody else is dieting with their chicken and their broccoli and everything, and I'm over here eating this protein and using flavors in my food, and my oatmeal tastes so good. And so I was like, I'm on to something. And so she said, you know what? You've talked about this now for 10 years, because this is already 10 years since my first competition, and she's like, you need to just go for it. You need to go for it and just come out with your own line of flavoring and a protein that just tastes absolutely delicious. At the time I was using a protein that I loved, and a article came out. I was in the gym, and I remember it was sent to me that the protein I was using was being amino spiked. And I literally sat in the gym on the floor. It felt like somebody cheated on me. I felt violated. I read the article, and it said that the protein that I was using, they were claiming 26 grams of protein a scoop. And there were really only 12 grams of protein in the scoop. So I swore from that day, I'm like, I'm never trusting another protein company again. I'm developing my own. I went into the lab, and I'm like, I need to make my own protein. I'm never using somebody else's again. And I put all of their stuff in the garbage, and I never looked back. So that's how Devotion Protein was born. And it took 2 years to develop it. I tore every label apart of every protein company that I loved, and what were they using, and I took the best thing. So I like this about your protein, that about your protein, this about your protein. So I went to the lab, and I said, okay, I need to make the ultimate protein, and I want my protein I want it to be the superhero protein. When you buy Devotion, you're not just buying like a random like car in a lot. You're buying the Bentley of protein. All right, so this is the control brownie batter.
Yep.
This morning I was not thrilled with the aftertaste from this lot. There's still like an off, like chemical-y taste, and I don't know why. Try this one too. Just do me the flavor. You like that one too?
Yeah, I do like this. It's very chocolatey.
All right, as long as I'm getting good feedback.
That works.
These are good. These are real good. I'm proud of this blend. There we go. I even like it better than the control that they made in the lab. I don't want to put out anything that isn't like stamped with my approval, that I'm like, if I wouldn't eat it all day and my kids wouldn't eat it all day, it's like, then I'm not going to expect you to eat it all day.